Good morning. I'm Babr's Big Ideas. Today we're going to learn how to build this bale planter bed. Fairly easy. You need some time. This took about a month and a half to get it to this point, and we're going to plant it today. But before we do that, I'm going to show you how to build it. Let's get started. So with every bale, there is a side that's a little more open from the cut and a side where it's been bent. So you want to orient your bale so that the twine is on the side. So this is wrong. So I'm just going to check to see which side you need it to be on. Right, okay. So if you can see clearly here that these guys definitely have a cut end to it. So this is the open side. This is the side that we need up top. And if you compare that to the bottom here, you can see that everything has been kind of bent over, so it's not as open. So what you want is a lot of these little holes from the shaft is going to be like a straw on the top, and you got much more on the top than you do on the bottom. So this is why you want to have this side starting on the top. So we'll put it in place. And a word of warning for those ladies out there or men who like to wear fitness clothes when they're out in the garden, which are actually fantastic because they're so comfortable. Straw can actually stick to some fabrics really, really well. So you're going to want to make sure that if you're working with the straw, that you wear appropriate clothing, or you will either A, be forever picking out the straw to get it back to that shape again, or like me, you'll have to throw it out, which I didn't want to do, but I found that the pants I was wearing didn't exactly make my butt look very nice anyway, so they may as well go. Okay, so now all we have to do is water it. And it is a rainy day, but we really, really have to give it a good soaking. A good soaking about every day or once every 2 days, depending on how well you're soaking, to get that composting process going. And we want to make sure we're fertilizing it as well. That will help to get that composting part going really well, because these bales will heat up when you water them in like that. And at the end of that, when we're ready to put in the compost on top, we'll show you how to dig all that up. Okay, we're back about the bale planter. We've done the watering to make it nice and wet. It's gone through its composting with the fertilizer. So now we're going to actually take out some of the top bit to make room for some compost. And then we're going to have to let it sit for a couple more weeks while we let that kind of decompose a little bit and work its way in, settle, before we can actually plant. So we're going to get right to it. Show you how. Okay, so we've got a little trench dug out. I bring it over this way. It's a little bit light today because it hasn't been watered for a few days, but makes it better for you to see. That's pretty good actually. You could go a little deeper if you wanted, but honestly, this will work. When we get the compost in, we can bring it up a little higher, and that will take some time to settle. And then as the plant grows, it's just going to make its way down into the bale, and the soil will still settle into the bale as well. So we'll get to it. All you have to do is add your compost in somewhat of a heap in the trench. Okay, so now we have our compost inside the trench. We're going to leave it a couple of weeks. It's going to take some time to settle down, and then we'll actually plant some things in there, and it'll be very similar to the other one. Perfect. So this is Babr's Big Ideas. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Babr from Babr's Big Ideas.